All right, we're rolling. Just as a quick mic check, obviously, and spell your first and last name.
Paige Rogers, Paigerogers.
All right, Paige. So first and foremost, like, what are people's reactions when you tell them that you're a two-sport athlete, but you tell them what sports they are?
Well, when I say golf, they kind of say, "You play golf? Like, do you not shut up for that?" You know, because it's not me. And then I say I'm a race car driver. They're like, "There's no way," you know. And then they're like, "Does it have air conditioning?" You know, they don't understand the whole concept of it until you show them. Until they're there, they don't really get it. They're kind of shocked when they see it, and they're like, "Whoa, you do that?" And they think it's super cool, which is nice. But the golf thing, they kind of understand more because it's a school sport.
Sure. I mean, being in a sport that's really dominated by guys, how does it feel being the only girl out there sometimes?
In some way it's good because you got like little girls looking up to you, but in another way I want to be treated like everyone else. I don't want to be, oh, you know, that she's really good for a girl, you know. I want to be that person who was really good as a driver. I don't just want to be known as that girl who was okay because she was a girl. I want to be known as that driver who was good because she could wheel a car.
I love that. Let's see. You know, how does the mental prep change when you go from one intense sport that's very solo, which is golf, you know, and you gotta have extreme focus. How does that mental prep change going from another sport that's really intense?
Well, obviously they're both mental sports. Kind of for golf, I just kind of chill, and that's kind of more of a chill sport for me. It's something I do to the side, so the mental prep for that isn't as big. When I switch to a car, you know, it's kind of more game on. There's a lot more pressure around in the car, you know. I hit a bad golf shot, it's okay, you know. You hit the wall in a race, you got a junk car. So the mental prep's a little bit different, but I mean, both you kind of got to prepare for, but probably for the car, I mentally prepare more. You know, I got to get my head in the game. I try to get more sleep for that than for golf. But trying to juggle both in the same day, I got to figure out how to prepare for both.
I'm going to ask a little bit more about that in just later, but while we're on it, you know, how do you think you're going to be able to do that and make that transition within a few hours?
Well, as you see, usually I carry my clubs, but I'm going to cart, like I'm going to push cart for trying. So I think if I go to bed early enough, you know, I get a good night's rest, and I think having a really good game of golf on Saturday will push me to want to succeed more during the race. So I think, you know, they both push each other. Golf pushes racing and racing pushes golf. So they kind of co-interact together.
How did you find your love for both golf and for racing?
Golf's a little weird. My brother first started at the McMillan. They had a little kids thing where if you completed all these steps, you got a set of clubs, and he did that for 1 year, and I soon followed, and we just kind of enjoyed doing it together. Me and my brother we used to race together, but golf is something he pursued, so we kind of started doing that together. And the racing aspect of it, my stepdad, he raced, and he got me into it. Mom wasn't a big fan. She's more of a golf lover, you know. She doesn't want me to get hurt, but the racing, yeah, he got me super involved in it. And the first time I hopped in a car, I was like, I love this, you know, and he pushes me to be better, and she pushes me to be better in golf, and somehow it works out.
You give a perspective that not many people can give a perspective on, an athlete that does both sports. Is there any similarities at all between these sports?
No. I mean, I talk a lot during both, but the golf's kind of a quiet thing, and you kind of got to stay to yourself. You got to focus on what you're doing. And the racing, you got to focus on what you're doing, but you got to focus on everything else around you, the cars, the wall, what line you're running. There's so much more mental aspect to that. I mean, they both have their things. When I'm hitting a golf ball, I got to make how far do I want to hit it? How hard do I want to hit it? And the racing's how hard do I want to drive it in? How can I get around this person? So they have their similarities, like all sports do. You got to figure out what you're going to do to be best at it, but they're different.
You know, as you're getting ready to tee off on the first hole, or you're getting ready for the flag to drop green, what is the feelings of anticipation like?
My first shot, you know, I'm always a little nervous. Every time I hit a good drive, it's a good day, you know. First drive, best drive, all day long, going to have a whole smile on my face no matter what happens. Racing, that green flag is a little bit scary for the fact that, you know, I don't want to get torn up. That's a big thing, and, you know, a couple weeks ago I took the lead on the green flag, and that's just a rush of emotion like no other, you know. Getting out there and leading, it's like nothing else. It's like a good drive.
Right on. So how did that race end up faring for you?
Not too well. We got taken out from the lead, and the guy ended up scratching, and then we lost the lead a couple laps later, kind of hung out right around third, and he got back up to us, and yeah, he really took us out that time. We didn't have much left of the driver's side of the car.
So you kind of touched on your parents. Your stepdad loves it, right? And then mom's
getting into it. I mean, she supports me no matter what I do. Same as Sam, you know, he's not a big golf fan, but he'll come and watch it. And she's not a big racing fan, but she wouldn't miss one for the world, partially because she needs to be there. She needs to be watching me, making sure nothing's happening to me.
Kind of watches like this?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah. She can't sit down. She's got to be standing up. A little bit of shaking and rolling around. That is Mom.
So, you know, this weekend, let's talk about that.
Okay.
So you've had this on the agenda for a while now.
A long time, yeah. We just figured out the details for it this week. It's a 100-lap race, so biggest race of the year by far, and we'll see how that goes. And obviously, sectionals, hardest course I think we play, in my opinion, and biggest match of the year. You know, going up against all the big dogs, trying to move forward and racing. You know, there's no moving forward, but this is the last chance to really put a good showing out at Angola.
So, you know, what are your thoughts leading up to race day and golf day?
I'm feeling pretty confident for both. We're doing a lot of golfing this week and improving my 9 holes. You know, I've been doing a lot of 18-hole matches throughout the summer with Alan, who sets up my cars, and with my friends, you know, golfing, and then obviously racing all year long, just progressing, getting better, figuring more out with the car. We really haven't had this car out much this year. This is probably going to be, I think, our 4th time having it out. So we're still trying to work out the issues with that, but I think we should have a really good car for this weekend. So I'm feeling really confident going into this week.
Awesome. So first and foremost, what is it going to take to win sectionals?
To win sectionals, our team's new, so I don't think we'll be able to take home the team title. Obviously, we have a new freshman, and our number 3, she wasn't really playing her first year because she had an injury. And Kylie and me, we've really progressed over the years, both together. We've got great chemistry between us, and even with our new freshman, we have great chemistry. But on an individual level, obviously racing has been probably more my priority, but I've been trying to get golf in there. I think I should have a good showing. I don't know if I have what it takes to win that compared to the people. You know, they're as much as I like racing, they love golf, you know. So we kind of each have our things, but I think I should be having a pretty fair showing at sectionals this week.
Cool. So on the flip side of that, your dojo.
Yeah, I'm Gojo for racing.
Right?
I'm very excited, you know. Tough competitors, tough people out there all year long. Tony Dagger, Sean Grace, Evan Park, all those, Tommy Cook, all those big hitters up there. I think I can run with them if we have a good car. You know, I'm very confident in who sets it up and how they set it up. You know, I just got to do my part as a driver now. It all falls on me at the end of the day.
You get it. We kind of talked about it right before green. Your feelings like that. What are the feelings when you get behind the wheel and you're in your spot that you're most comfortable?
When we get rolling, it's fine. I feel pretty good. When I get in a rhythm, you know, it's nice. We get spotters this week, and there's someone in your ear telling you to get in a rhythm, to calm down, you know, if you have pressure or not, which is nice. So when I get in a rhythm, it's not really that bad, but it's that first, every caution, every restart, you kind of have a little antsy, like, are they going to go? Is this line going to go? Is that line going to go? But once you get going, it's all the same. You get in a rhythm, you get your mojo going on.
Right on. So the details for this weekend, as far as racing goes.
So racing starts at 6:30 at Angola Motorsport Speedway. Everyone better show up to that. It's going to be something you don't want to miss. Big races in all the classes, 100 laps for late models, 50 laps for front wheel drive. It's going to be a big race with a lot of great people racing. I wouldn't miss it.
Okay, that's the biggest seller right there. Good deal. Is there anything else you want to add, Paige, that I'm missing?
You're not missing much. You ask me, I'll tell you. But I think you got it all covered.
Okay. Mom, Dad, anything else?
I can't think of a thing.
Oh, I know. I want to say something about my spotters.
Okay.
My sponsors. Yes, I got to thank my sponsors. Robinson Wrecker Service, Steve Hammond at Cornwell Tools, Subway, my dad, Anderson Excavating, and Frankie Farms, O'Shaughnessy Farms, Lamont Farms. I couldn't do it without any of the support from them all. And Economy Auto Parts of Tony Dagger, of course. I couldn't do it without any of them, you know. It's a big support, this sponsorship thing, is getting us going and getting us, you know, it's one thing to be at the track, but it's a whole other thing to get there. You know, you're at the track for 12 hours, you know, about the other 6 days a week, you know. It takes time, it takes prep, it takes work, it takes effort to get there.
Right on. You're sponsored by Subway?
I'm sponsored by Subway. Eat fresh.
That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to add, Paige?
I got it. I think you covered it all.
Okay, cool. So Tony, you've raced against Paige a couple of times. What did you first think when you saw her out on the track?
The first time I raced with her?
Yeah.
She needed a little work. Yeah. So she was kind of dangerous. But she was young, so she had really no experience in a full-size car. I knew she raced go-karts, but going from a go-kart to a full-size car is quite a transition.
So how did you guys get kind of linked up in the same garage area and stuff like that?
Her stepdad Jeff raced for a lot of years, and him and Alan knew each other. And Alan's my crew chief, Alan Chiffant. They were talking, and he was talking to Alan about setup and whatnot, and we just kept getting closer and closer, and we've all became pretty good friends over the last year, almost a year.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. I mean, so how have you seen Paige's racing game kind of grow since the first time you saw her race to now?
She's improved a lot. My crew chief, Alan Chiffant, he's been getting her set up with a better race car. And I've been doing what I can to coach her throughout the racing process. And she's a good listener, and she's listening, and she seems to be improving quite a bit. I'm not saying I'm an AJ Foyt or anything, but you can sit back and see the difference between good and bad, and she's definitely improved a lot.
You know, typically when she's usually going up against a field of guys, she has that girl power out there. You know, how does she handle herself amongst all the guys?
It really doesn't seem to make a difference when we're on the racetrack together. I don't think anybody probably treats her any differently on the racetrack than what they would anybody else. I've seen some guys get mad at her and in fact kind of show a little bit of retaliation. So they don't treat her like she's a young girl. They treat her just like anybody else on the racetrack, and she is the same way with them. I don't think she's being disrespected, but she's not showing any disrespect either.
Good deal. What makes her a good driver?
She's a lot smoother. She's smoother now than what she used to be. She knows how to work the throttle. She knows how to work the steering wheel. She knows how to feel the car in her seat. That's what makes you a good driver. You got to be able to feel the car in your seat, and you got to be able to explain what's happening with the car to your man that's doing the setup, which would be Alan. and that's what makes you a good driver. To be able to feel the car and know what it's doing and be able to communicate with your crew chief.
Now, will you be racing in this race on Saturday as well?
Yes.
Okay, so obviously there's maybe some selfishness there if you want yourself to win, but if it's not going to be you, why could you see Paige winning that race on Saturday?
You're exactly right, actually. I want to win. I want to win bad. But honestly, I'd love to see her win just as bad. When I'm out there with her, I like to watch her do her thing, and she wants it bad. I want it bad also. But if it came down to her and I at the end, I guarantee you I would race her just as hard as I would anybody else, and I know she would do the same.
Good deal. Tony, is there anything else you want to add, man?
I don't know. Just with her, one of the things that I admire about Paige is her drive for wanting to race, her passion. She has a passion for it. And she has the support of Jeff and her mom to back her and all that. And we would do anything for her just because she has such a great passion for racing and getting out there and doing the best that she can possibly do. And I think with her golf and racing and everything, I think she's gonna do well in life because when she puts her head to something, she sticks to it.
Yeah, obviously you know Paige more on a personal level too. I mean, how do you see her balancing all of this, the golf tournaments and the racing, and on Saturday it's going to be back-to-back for her? Like, how do you see how she composes herself and handles all that pressure?
Well, like I said, she has the drive and she has the passion, so if you want something bad enough, you're going to make it work. And she somehow figures out a way to make it all work. But it's also because she has a lot of people that are supporting her and that will help her get to that point. You know, if she can't be there to get the car unloaded, they're going to make sure the car is unloaded. Today, before you guys showed up, the car wasn't cleaned yet. There was 3 guys here polishing the car before she got here to make sure it was ready. So when she has the support she has and she keeps the passion and the drive that she has, I think she'll continue to have the same support behind her.
Right on. And how is Paige the person?
As far as?
Just like, what is she like as a person, as a human?
She loves to talk. She has a great personality. She's a great girl. She likes food.
Who doesn't? Right?
Yeah. No, she's a great person to be around. Whenever she's around, she always makes you smile. She always brings cheer to no matter where she is. I don't see how anybody couldn't like her or admire her.
Except when they're on the racetrack and they're trying to knock you off, right? Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, anything else?
Robin Rogers, Robin Rogers.
Okay.
Jeff Anderson, Jefffanderson.
Okay. So first and foremost, I mean, you guys have been with Paige through this whole entire journey. What are your thoughts about just how she's grown up, not only as a young woman, but just also in her sports?
Well, I watched her tag along with her dad for years at the racetrack, and I could see her eyes light up. She was so excited about that. So to watch her now get into that same sport and her enthusiasm for it, it's really awesome. I know she loves it. Very proud of her.
Dad, what made you get her into the sport to begin with?
I think it was just, it wasn't just when we go-kart raced, it wasn't just the sport of the racing, it was to try to teach a girl so she'd know how to actually change a tire, work on a motor, learn to be self-sufficient in life. I like the racing, but I also like the camaraderie with the people and working with my kids, my son and my daughter both on the go-karts. Then it just progressed into racing because, I raced through the years, so.
For sure.
But yeah, it was just try to give them more knowledge besides just the racing in life. So.
Well, as she's progressed as a driver, how proud of you for how far she's come?
She's done really well this year. I mean, Alan's 7 days a week working on the car and doing stuff. Alan's the backbone of the whole operation, and the car that she's driving today, I just had a few health issues, and she, Alan, and Rob from Robinson Wrecker, Rob Hammond, put that car together for a gift for me for Father's Day, and I didn't get to drive it at that time or whatever. Things just didn't work out, but I'm just so proud of her, not only to go the extra mile to do something for me, but she's just going to the next level, and anything she sticks with, she goes 100%, and she'll do that with her whole life.
Well,
so I'm very proud of her.
Trying to, and we can just look at, you can just look at me throughout the interview. Going from golf to racing, back to golf, and trying to manage both, wearing a couple of different hats all throughout the week. She seems to handle it really well. And,
Right.
I mean, I guess proud from parents from that standpoint of her growing up and being able to handle these responsibilities. What do you think about that?
Oh, she's she was very involved in playing music. She'll play 5 instruments. Anything she puts her mind to, she sticks with. So, I mean, I'm proud of anything she does because I know she's going to be successful because it's like the determination, just the drive to want to be the best. So, I mean, I'm 100% proud of her. It wouldn't matter what she wanted to do. If she told me any sport she wanted to do or anything in life she wanted to do, I'd back her 100%.
Mom, the first time she got behind a race car, what was the thoughts?
I was petrified, absolutely petrified. I stood the entire race, which I still do quite a bit when she's out there, but I was proud of her. She finished the race. She came in with a great attitude. That's more than a parent could ask for, just the way she handled herself, presented herself.
Awesome. Real quick, I'm going to have you guys swap the mics. I'll put the mic on you real quick. I'm going to ask you a couple questions and then we're done.
Okay.
Where did I lose it? Oh. Okay.
Hold on. Okay. I think I need Paige's help.
Paige? Oh. Which part goes?
So it's like a clip like that. Do you mind if I just knock
Nope.
it out real quick? Thank you.
Okay. Do you want me to take this also?
Nope, you can.
Oh,
Yep, you can
okay.
keep it on.
Great.
So I'll get from your standpoint now. I mean, you've been with Paige through this whole process too. How proud are you of her?
The things that she has done in this short period of time, 17 years, I mean, the golfing, I was so excited to get her into that so that she could have a sport that she could play in school. And then we started with the go-kart racing, and from there it progressed to the car racing, and I'm very proud of her. And she does well with her studies. She's a good friend to people. I mean, she's got just boundless energy.
That's awesome. We'll go back to that question real quick
Okay.
about seeing her in the race car for the first time and what your thoughts were, just the nervous energy that you had that night.
I was just scared. I didn't want her to get into an accident. I'd seen so many accidents at racetracks, and I've seen ambulances come out on the track, and it was very nerve-wracking. So when she pulled in and finished that race, it was just like relief. My adrenaline just drained. I was so fired up to watch that happen. And then when she came in, it was good then. It was much better.
Right. Right on. And then we'll talk about her studies real quick too. I mean,
Okay.
she seems to be a phenomenal student. She's wanting to be what again? I'm sorry.
She wants to go to school to be a doctor, an orthopedic trauma surgeon. So, and she's got an internship the second semester at Parkview Hospital in the orthopedic trauma unit. She's really looking forward to that.
So whether she's on the fairways, on the track, or in the classroom, she's kicking butt.
Absolutely.
Wow, good for her. Good
Yeah.
for her. Is there anything else that you want to add about Paige that I missed or anything?
I don't
No.
know. She's
think-
just an awesome kid.
Yeah, just very proud of. She'll be well in life because anything she puts her mind
Yeah.
to, she's 100%, 110% involved in it. So, yeah.
Well, good deal. I think that does it.
Okay.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.